Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, all of my beautiful, beautiful friends from the internet again. Super excited to be here with you all this week. One more time, running it back. You know how it is. Keeping it rolling. So let's get into today's episode. So, welcome to the Reddit Asks Us podcast, where we read and react to comments from r/Askreddit. I am your host, your humbled host, Luke Dick. Remember, if you're watching on YouTube, to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever else you get your podcast, please leave us a rating and also please leave us that review. You have no idea how much that helps us out. So I want to say thank you very much. And I want to say thank you to all my listeners, all my new listeners, all my old listeners, all my listeners who've been listening to the show and tuning in, because you guys are the lifeblood of this content and of this program. I'm always getting comments on YouTube and stuff here and there. Getting more people engaged, and I really like that. So also, remember, if you have something to say and you want to answer the question from an episode, go to my YouTube channel at Reddit Asks Us and comment your take or your comment underneath the latest video, and I will read that comment on the next podcast. So why don't we hop right in and do that? So last week's episode was, what is the weirdest rumor you have ever heard about yourself? We had a lot of really, really great comments last week. This one comes from Kai Sherry. That I'm gay. Now I know there's nothing wrong with being gay, but like, what the hell? Where did that start? This is my experience too. This is my experience. This has happened to me. This has absolutely. I talked about this last podcast. I don't know, and you know what? I'm not insulted by it. Like I have no malice of thought when it comes to somebody thinking I'm gay. It's just I'm not gay. You know what I mean? I don't understand why people would think that I would be gay, but I don't know. Is it an energy thing? Because it makes me think about people who are gay who you would never, ever know were gay. I think of guys like Neil Patrick Harris. I watched How I Met Your Mother all the way through. Great show, by the way. Many times before I even knew he was gay. And his husband is in the show. His husband plays, I don't know if you guys watch How I Met Your Mother, but his husband plays Lily's ex-boyfriend from high school, Scooter, in the show. That's actually Neil Patrick Harris's real husband in real life. And I had no idea he was gay. And he doesn't, I think I don't know what it is. I think this whole, there's people who say, oh, gay people, talk different. Do they use different words? They sound different. You know what I mean? It's yeah, I don't know. I think it's just a giant spectrum. You can't really box people in like that. There are lots of gay people out there, you'd never know they were gay. I actually know somebody, and she's gay. She's a lesbian, and you would never know if you were walking past her on the street. If you heard her talk, you would never think so. So don't assume, people. Don't assume. All right. But now, why don't we get into today's wonderful episode and what we have in store for y'all for this newest installment is a juicy one. It is coming from the main Ask Reddit page. What is the worst excuse for cheating? Now, I don't know if you guys have ever been cheated on. I haven't been cheated on in my life. Thankfully, I have not been cheated on. But I have had many friends who have cheated. Or no, sorry. That sounded so terrible. Who have been cheated on, actually. I do have friends close to me, very close to me, who have been... sound like Donald Trump there. Close to me, very close. Close to me, he's very close. We're the closest. He's very close with me. As I've never known anyone closer. He's so close. We're the closest. But anyways, friends of mine very close to me who have been cheated on. And it sucks. All right. And being cheated on, let's just start off by saying there is no excuse for cheating. Okay. I'm going to be totally open and honest with you guys. I'm going to lay it all on the line. There really isn't anything you guys really don't know about me at this point. I have been in relationships that were on their tail ends of ending, right? And I've been in situations where if the opportunity was available to me to engage in a mutual sort of thing with somebody else whilst I was engaged in this relationship, but I'm going to tell you all right now, I refused to do anything. I refused to do anything because I knew I was committed and that I'd already committed to somebody else. And it's not morally right. You just got to break up with that person. You absolutely have to break up with them. If you are thinking about cheating on that person, you got to break up with them. That's your telltale sign. You have to break up because the person who you are with, people think about other people all the time. It's human stuff. If you genuinely are motivated to feel like you want to cheat on your partner, it's just that relationship is not where you need to be. So why don't we start reading off these posts? First one comes from Pitcher Trap. I just have a flirty personality. You know me. I'm just friendly. So what? Come on. I cannot. When I'm in an elevator, I talk to people. I talk to them. I'm just kind of flirty like that. And just one thing led to another, and it's just like, you know how it is. Come on. There's no way you don't know. This is me. I've always been like this. 8 guys, though? What? 8 different guys? You're flirty with 8 different... Why would you... You really couldn't just break up with me? It's more complicated than that, okay? Having a flirty personality is not something you can just turn off, all right? So it happened a couple times, It's like, sometimes it's twice in a day. Who knows? It's just, I have a flirty personality. I'm just like that. Since I'm a guy, I'm kind of playing as if I were the person who got cheated on. That's kind of what I was going for here. I don't believe it's all women that cheat. I don't believe it's all men that cheat. People cheat. Humans cheat. You could have, what is it? You could associate with no gender, and you could still be a cheater. All right. We have a reply from BS Chug. I met a guy like this once. He told me, a complete stranger he just met 2 minutes ago, my wife is always so jealous. I'm Italian. We're flirty. It's in our nature. I told her so many times it's not a big deal. Why doesn't she also cheat on me? I first thought he was only talking about hugging, flirting, but after a half an hour, he went to some random girl while his wife was in the same room and asked her, "Hey, I'm Luca. Do you want to fuck me?" Oh my God. Edit for clarification. He was an actual Italian in Italy, not Italian American. Hello, do you want to have sex with me? It's me, I'm Mario. Do you want to have sex with me? My wife, she is over there. But it's cool. It's alright. Maybe we could get a pizza pie together. And then maybe have a little sex afterwards. It's just me, we're Italian. That's how Italians are. We're flirty. Oh my God. That's like the worst excuse. It's claiming what does your nationality have anything to do with your ability to control yourself and not cheat on your partner? Yeah, I'm Norwegian, bro. Come on, bro. Didn't you know that about Norwegians, dog? We're eccentric. We just have like those personalities, It really and actually, and like I'm not actually Norwegian. My mother's grandmother's grandmother was from Norway. Everybody else was from, I don't know, somewhere in Ireland. But like I'm basically Norwegian though. I've got that Norwegian blood in me. And like if you know anything about people from Norway, really relationships aren't even like a thing in Norway. Like that's not even a thing. Like come on. Like do some research. Do your research. If you're going to date me, you probably should have done your research beforehand, knowing that like, I'm Norwegian. I've got like my grandmother's grandmother was Norwegian, so it's kind of like a dead giveaway, What were we expecting? Seriously, what were we expecting? That's just what we do. That is the worst excuse I've ever heard in my life. Next one comes from Lion214. I was looking for an excuse to break up. if you want to break up, why don't you just break up? This is my thing with this too, man. Like, if you're feeling this compulsion, this utter uncontrollability to cheat on your partner, and you just have no ability to harness your ambition to want to engage in, whatever it is with other people, why don't you just break up? I don't see what is the big deal? Like, what is people just have a fear of splitting up, but then things end up being so much worse, and there's so much more drama after you cheat on somebody rather than when you just dump them. It just doesn't make sense to me. But I don't know. Some people just like the drama. Like, I used to know people in high school, and they would just cheat for the drama. They would do it to just make a story out of it. They just want to split people apart. They want to tear the friendships asunder. They want to just, I don't know. It's just for their own entertainment. And yet, they're like, they sit at their, crying in their bed or crying at home, and it's like, you're the one who, why are you upset? They like it. They feed off of it. It's psychopathic, man. It's narcissistic and sociopathic at its core. We have a reply from Danner74. My ex did this to me. Joke's on her. It was with the town pill dealer. Now they live together in a rundown trailer. It's only fitting for trash. Reply from Corin450. Town pill dealer? Excuse me. They prefer the term freelance pharmacist. Man, I cannot stand when people are not politically correct, okay? We need to shift our thinking, all right? We need to shift our vocabulary and our vernacular, all right? These people are not pill dealers, all right? They deserve some dignity and respect. So if we are going to respect them, respect where they're coming from, and respect their opinions, and respect what they do for a living, they are freelance pharmacists, okay? That's the title that they prefer, all right? We need to start becoming more politically correct in our society. This is just not okay, all right? It's just not okay. We can't be addressing people like this. For the record, I do believe in, calling people what they should be, but freelance pharmacist is a stretch. It's definitely a stretch. Next one comes from Gun Show. I thought y'all were friends. How an actual quote from my ex, and my immediate response was, how the fuck does that make it any better? She had absolutely no reply. She just sat there with her jaw dropped like she was waiting for another penis to come flying in the room. That is tough. That makes it worse. I'd rather have somebody cheat on me with somebody I don't know than have them cheat on me with somebody who I'm best friends with. Case in point, that means you have a shitty girlfriend and shitty friends. That's a double whammy. You're losing a friend and a girlfriend, all right? That just it doesn't get much worse than that, folks. It really just doesn't. Oh my God, man. If this is, I just don't understand friends who will sleep with their friends' girlfriends. You're not friends, dude. There's no justification for that whatsoever. It's like, bro, she was coming on to me. So say no. Tell me about it. Why wouldn't you come up to me and start saying, yo, your girlfriend is hitting on me and tried to sleep with me, instead of, bro, that shit was crazy, bro. Your girlfriend, she's a cheater, man. She's definitely a cheater. She's pretty good in bed, though, dude. That must be nice. That's pretty dope, man. Yeah, it was dope. I enjoyed it. I had a really great time. So, yeah. You guys must get along really good then. Probably. Really, dude? You slept with my girlfriend. Yeah, bro, but it's not even. Don't make this a bigger deal than it is, bro. She was the one who like instigated everything. Like she came on to me, bro. All right. That should say something more about your girlfriend than it does about me, all right, dog? Like come on, bro. Who's the real victim here? I'm the real victim if you really think about it. What was I supposed to do? Say no? Like what am I going to just stand there? What do you think I'm going to do? Just go and masturbate after that? As if, bro. As if. As if your girlfriend came up to you and was like, yo, we should have sex. And you wouldn't be like, yes. I was just doing the same. I would have done what you would have done. Yeah. But she's my girlfriend. So what, man? What? It's 2022, bro. Let's get over the labels, man. This is labels, bro. Just get over it, man. This is just, girlfriend, friend, whatever. It's fine. Same thing. Like, friends with benefits, it's cool. Why don't you guys just stay in a relationship and we can just see each other on the side? How does that sound? I mean, that's pretty cool, right? I mean, like, I don't have commitment. You get to share the commitment because that's the part you like, right? Like, you're the one who likes to be committed. Right? I'm not much of a commitment guy. You know that. Come on, bro. We're best friends. Like, you should know that about me. I'm not much of a commitment guy. You're the commitment guy, though. So maybe you should, like, you get to do all the, like, buying her stuff and, taking her out and doing all that stuff. But, like, maybe just, after all that stuff, you just drop her off at my place. That sounds pretty blessed if you ask me. Let's do that. Let's hook that shit up, bro. Hook me up. Oh, my God. Reply from Mr. Pibbles, not okay. On the plus side, she helped you realize the other person was in fact not a friend. Knock two shitty people out of your life. Then Gunshow replies and says, that's the thing, he wasn't. He was an absolute douchebag and I could not stand that POS. But on the plus side, and is just a coincidence, my brother was hanging out with some friends drinking one night, and one of his friends, just this huge redneck, just for such shits and giggles, my brother said, I dare you to go and knock out that guy. Dude didn't even put his beer down, walked right over to the guy, called him by name. When he turned around, he was just leveled. Redneck strolled back over like it was just one of those things that happens. My brother said he was just rolling in shock and laughter. No one liked that guy. Yeah, man, that's a friendship ending thing, bro. That is a friendship ending thing. And he got what was coming to him, man. For every cheater or for every friend that'll sleep with your girlfriend, there's a giant redneck waiting to punch someone in the face. Unprompted. Yeah, that's it's only karma, my friends. You hope. See, this is the thing. This is what I believe about karma, my friends. This is true, all right? And this is just what I believe. Karma is another word for the rule of law. The rule and constant of cause and effect. All right? Karma isn't necessarily what goes around comes around. It's more of to every cause or to every action, this is what is thermodynamics. To every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. And this happens in your life. If you choose to act in immoral ways, for example, this guy who cheats, right? This guy who sleeps with his friend's girlfriend. Through that immoral behavior, you are now somebody who is the target of a negative action because you acted negatively. You acted poorly. So when you act poorly, poor consequences come of those actions. Unintended, by the way. He never intended to sleep with his buddy's girlfriend and then to get randomly punched in the face by a guy he doesn't know. Right? That was not an intended consequence. He probably knew he was going to lose his friend. He probably knew all this other stuff and other regular consequences that would arise from it. But he's like, I can deal with those consequences. But it is the unforeseen consequences that really cause people to have negative impacts in their lives because of their poor choices. So that is just goes to show, right? He didn't beef with anyone to get punched in the face, but he just happened to be punched in the face because of his actions. So now we have another one here from Old Spice 0493. One that I heard from a former marriage counselor was a woman who claimed her husband was so affectionate, hardworking, and considerate, she developed an inferiority complex and she dealt with it by cheating. I had to, how am I supposed to compare? What am I supposed to do? I have to, if my husband is that moral and that great of a person, I gotta be able to do something on my own. I got to be able to make my own mark on our relationship. I have to be able to be my own person. And, he likes educating himself. He loves giving back, charity. I mean, I hate all that stuff. He volunteers a lot. So great. I love him so much for that. But I can't do that stuff. That's gross. That stuff is below me. So I got to just find out who I am on my own. And he's just so good. He is so amazing. I feel like I can never be good enough for him. So I might as well just go sleep with somebody else. It doesn't make any sense to sleep with him. Why would I sleep with him? He's too good for me. I got to just go and sleep with some random person, right? Somebody who is on my same level of shittiness. That just makes sense. I just like to hold on to him, just like make sure he doesn't do anything with anyone else at all, ever. Ever, ever, ever. If he so much as looks at another woman, he's fucking dead. He's fucking dead. Okay? On the other hand, I have needs, okay? And he's just too fucking good for me. So I have to fulfill my needs. Thank you very much. Thank you for my TED Talk, everybody. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. I'll be signing books after the show. Yeah, catch me in the lobby. Yeah, sign CDs. I'll sign whatever you want, actually. If you're good looking enough, I'll sign anything. All right. Reply from Lord DF. Holy shit, the audacity. Reply from Ron Chi 1. The lion, the witch, and the audacity of that bitch. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, there are some interesting reasons why people cheat. Never thought I would hear too good. Someone's too good for you. So you have to feel like you have to go and cheat. Reply from Clownfish Soup. I saw something on that like that on Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil low-key goated. He used to be much better. My grandparents, man. Oh my God, growing up, every time I would go to my grandparents' house, they were always watching Dr. Phil. And that's like the classic daytime Canadian TV, is just reruns and episodes of Dr. Phil all day, and CSI. As soon as CSI would come on, they would change it, but they would watch Dr. Phil for like 2 hours, like every day. It was interesting, though. It's a lot of drama. It is actually an interesting show. Dr. Phil's underrated, low-key. Saw something like this on Dr. Phil. This woman said, this woman was saying how her partner waited on her, did all the dishes, and did everything for her. It was disgusting to her how much he loved her, so she felt the need to cheat on him. You know what? My husband loves me so much, it's fucking disgusting. It's so gross. When he starts telling how much he loves me, that he wants to provide for me and care for me. I don't have to do anything at all, ever. He massages my feet. He just does everything for me. It's revolting. I mean, it feels good, but it's terrible. It's so gross. At the end of the day, I sit in bed and I'm like, I don't know how I can do this anymore. And then he starts rubbing my feet, and then I'm like, well, the foot massages are nice. But I had to put him in his place. I had to go and cheat on him. Had to show him who the boss is, who really has the power in this relationship. All right? It's me, okay? Because you are disgusting. You're revolting. You are horrifying. So I have to go and cheat. That's what I have to do. It disgusts me. Next one comes from Ches Henry. I thought it was funny. You didn't know? Oh my God. I read that totally wrong. This one comes from Ches Henry. I thought it was funny that you didn't know. Yep, that actually happened to me. Spiteful RRDMTA says, kind of a similar vein. My ex looked me square in the eyes and said, I knew it would hurt you, but I didn't think it would hurt you this much. I thought it was going to, like, you stub your toe, right? That hurts. But you're not on the ground, like, crying. You're like, ow, you know? You're kind of like, ooh, that hurts. You know, I thought it was going to be like that. You know, like, just, it's annoying. Like, doesn't even hurt, really. It's just annoying, right? That's how I thought it was going to happen. I don't understand why you're so upset. Like, I knew it was going to be, you know, a shock, maybe. You know, a surprise. I didn't think you were going to be hurt. Come on, you baby. Get over it. It's just, so what? I slept with someone else. It's, when you really think about it, it's not even that big of a deal. Like, you have sex with me. What's the difference if it's just somebody else? I just don't see where we're not. See, this is our problem. Okay, we cannot communicate. All right, this is just communication issues. You never tell me what you want. All right, if you don't tell me what you want, how am I supposed to not do the things that you don't want me to do? How am I supposed to do this? Okay. We need to be having open and clear communication, and that's not what I'm getting from you. All right? So if you're not going to lay some ground rules in our relationship, no one said that I wasn't supposed to go out and cheat. So just relax. Don't be such a baby. Oh my God. Chill out. JFitz1431 says, LOL, this is what my ex told me after she slept with my best friend. I moved out the day I found out, and she was all confused and surprised I'd react strongly. Filed for divorce. Oh my God. This guy didn't mention ex-wife. Oh, that frustrates me. Lofty Purple says, in college, my friend was dating a girl. She was very free-spirited and fun. I had a project I was working on, and part of it needed to be painted nicely, and she was a great artist and offered to do it for free. The part was at my parents' house, about 2 hours away, so she suggests a road trip to go and get it. Sure, and fun. The whole time she came on to me, flirted with me, touched me, the whole deal. I finally asked her what the fuck was up with her. She point blank told me she wanted to cheat on her boyfriend with me. I asked why, and she told me that she liked to cheat in relationships because it gave her leverage if her partner cheats on her or hurts her. Fucking weirdo. I'm just getting ahead of the game. Really. If you think about it, I'm actually making the smart move, right? Because human life is all about self-preservation, okay? So we have to really look out for ourselves, right? I am just foreshadowing, right? Okay, so it's like, in case a storm happens, you keep a couple extra cans of soup, right? Maybe you buy a generator, you charge a generator, you charge your phone, right? I'm just pre-cheating, right? Because I know he's just going to hurt me. I know he's going to cheat on me, right? So I'm doing what has to be done in preparation for that moment, right? So then if he cheats on me, I can just be like, well, I cheated on you, so now we're even. And then everything's fine, right? Leverage. It's about leverage. What sort of leverage does cheating give you? Because if they find out, you have no leverage. The leverage is actually in your disadvantage. I'm guessing that this dude told his buddy, yo, your girlfriend came on to me like this whole time we were on this road trip. She said she wanted to cheat on you. Like, why would he? And hopefully he believed him, but because why would he lie? Like, he finds out you have no leverage. Your leverage is being dumped. All right? There is no leverage there. There's not an ounce, not a teensy-weensy little teaspoon of leverage. You've actually given up your leverage because now the other person has a reason to break up with you. Oh, man. This is what happens when people don't have good. This isn't all this isn't. I don't want to chalk it up all to this because this clearly is not everybody. But this happens when people don't have a realistic view and a healthy view of what relationships are supposed to be like when they're growing up, right? That is people, repeating behavior that they see from whoever they grew up with about what they're supposed to do in relationships and how relationships are supposed to work, right? If you are aware as a child, of that your mom or your dad is going behind your mom or your your mom or your dad's back to cheat on them for leverage, and you hear them fighting about it and their justifications, you're going to internalize that stuff, and then you're going to manifest that stuff in your real life. And what's funny is that I've actually seen this happen. I've seen people who've had bad examples of relationships in their home life, and oftentimes they replicate those relationships in their dating lives. They just can't get away from it. But this isn't everybody, though. I don't want to make this up. This is everyone. If you grew up like this, you'll never be. No, I don't want to say that, because there have been lots of people who have had not good examples of good healthy relationships in their lives, and then that they reject those negative relationships and look for something stable. And I know people like that too, and those people are very commendable. We're focusing on the cheaters here, guys, because this is the episode about cheating, and this is just a pattern I've noticed, right? People, it's a thing, right? Like, you see some people who have mannerisms like their dads. You have some people who have mannerisms like their moms, or womanerisms, or however you want to say it. And this is another form of that, right? This is just another form. Next one comes from Sel Murph. The lights were off. I couldn't see. Babe. The lights were off, babe. What was I supposed to do? Come on, babe. Really? You're going to chalk it up to, oh, you should have turned the lights on? Come on. It's heat of the moment. What do I want to ruin the moment? So what? She's like 5 inches taller than you. I can't tell. Come on. Who notices people's heights? 5 inches is even a lot of difference in height, babe. Like, and so what? Babe, like, it just, come on, like, you got to give me some slack here, right? There is a reason that I can be let off the chain a little bit, babe. Come on, don't overreact, all right? Stop freaking out, chill out. The lights were off. What was I supposed to do? If someone's coming on to me, I'm just gonna assume it's you. Isn't that flattering, babe? You should actually be like, damn, thanks, because if it was me, then we would have had sex. But, like, it wasn't, though. But, like, it totally would have been you, though, if the lights were on. So, in a way, it's flattering, right? In a way, it's like, oh, we basically had sex. If you think about it, if you're actually thinking about it, we basically had sex, babe. So, we should be flattered. I did a really good job too, so that's what I heard. She told me that I was doing so good. So really, babe, like, you should be thanking me, right? You should be thanking me for that experience. That was my first impression of Chad this episode. Oh my goodness, yeah. Last one here comes from Epitome of ADHD. I lost focus and had a consensual workplace relationship. Ned Fulmer. So Ned Fulmer is the guy from BuzzFeed, one of the Try Guys. What a I lost focus. Yeah, for a second there, I just kind of zoned out, and then when I came to, you zone out, you're driving, sometimes you're like, oh, well, I wasn't paying attention while I'm driving. Same sort of thing, right? And then I came to, and I was like, oh, geez, I'm having sex. Like, oh my God, it's just, so what? People zone out, It's like when you're reading and you have to go back and read all the pages that, and read all the lines that you didn't read because you thought you were reading, but you weren't. You're zoning out, same thing. I just happened to be having sex when I zoned in. It's just so what? I'm human, all right? Name the last time, name a time where you haven't zoned out before. You can't, all right? So I don't see what the big deal is. This really isn't that big of a deal. There's not much difference between zoning out and coming to and you're, writing a paper or something and having sex with someone who's not your wife. It's just, so what? Just classic me. Sorry. Zone out. Gotta focus up a little bit more. I'll do some of those focus exercises for them, for those ads on YouTube. Calm your mind and focus on your breathing. Focus so you don't cheat on your wife. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning into this episode of the Red SS Podcast. Remember, welcome and thank you for listening to Red SS, the podcast where we read and react to comments from r/Askreddit. I am your host, Luke Dick. If you're watching on YouTube, remember to like, remember to comment, and subscribe. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever else you get your podcasts, make sure to leave us a rating and also please leave us a review. You can find us... never mind. Remember, if you have something to say about an episode, you can comment that at the Reddit Ask Us YouTube channel, and I will read your comment on the next episode. So, without further ado, thank you all so much for tuning in, and I will see y'all next week. Peace out, my lovely friends.